It's trash day, I'm putting you out, it's trash day. Putting you out, it's trash day. Putting you out of my mind. It's trash day, I'm putting you out, it's trash day. I'm putting you out, trash day. I'm putting you out of my mind. Now I'm gonna clean up, now I'm gonna clean up, now I'm gonna clean up the house. I'm taking all your garbage, taking all your garbage, taking all your garbage.
It starts with some beer, so you shouldn't have fear. Two garbage guys with facts, but they both still have tact. It's that time at last for the best damn podcast. It's Can Crusher Day.
Oh my God. That one needs clipped and saved. That one needs to be the entrance of all the time. Welcome to episode 24 of Can Crushers,
where two everyday garbage men talk about wrestling.
And drink beers.
There we are.
That's the key word today. Drinking beers is, I don't know, Paul didn't have as bad of a day as I did, but I had a horrid day.
Mark had a horrid day, and it didn't even rain when we were working, so which was surprising.
Yeah. So a little nap after the editing is going to spruce me up, I think.
I hope so, bud. You need a little nap. Hey, let's get right off the get of things.
Beer. That's what it's about.
Let's cheers it.
So the beer this week is DogFish Head Indian Brown Dark IPA. I had one a while back when Paul had his surgery. Really didn't get into it. 7.2% alcohol. We've had Dogfish glorious amounts of times.
Oh yeah, well, Dogfish is one of the Can Crusher favorites for sure. Boisterous brown ale meets well hopped IPA, is brewed with aromatic dark malt, organic brown sugar, and dry hopped liberally for your pleasure.
Liberally.
What's it taste like, Mark?
I like it. I liked it the last time I had it too. You're not going to like it.
That's not horrible, bud.
You don't mind it?
Don't mind it.
Wow. All right. We're getting right into it.
Oh, wait. Speaking of beers, Saturday, I had a meeting for the GFA, the football league I'm in. We went to the Bullfrog Brewery in Williamsport, PA. Oh, I'll tell you what, bud. They got the greatest macaroni and cheese.
I saw that.
Ever.
He posted a picture of that, and my God, it looked phenomenal.
But I mean, if you guys go out and get to a brewery, try their food. It's always fantastic.
Yeah.
And the beers are delicious.
The beers are delicious. Delicious?
Delicious?
I do want to get down there. I've heard a lot about that place, and Kelly and I's goal next year during baseball season. Williamsport's not far. It's just getting there.
Hey,
the cross-cutters are
baseball season, Williamsport, Little League World Series. I'm getting what you're picking up.
Yep, and I'm going to put it down.
All right.
Jump right into the Can Crusher.
Can Crusher King of Kings Royalty Tournaments of Champions.
And we're down to the final three.
The final three. And this is going to be, this is set to be a barn burner.
First of all, I have to count then on Friday to figure out who wins. So that's going to be an issue within itself.
Well, we can all count. We can both count. Well, you can use my fingers. I'll use your fingers. Somebody's got 9 toes, I think. There we go.
Me.
So, recap the last round. Austin versus Hart. Stone Cold. Stone Cold!
He stomped the mud hole in Brett.
Oh, hell yeah.
Next up was Booker T against Macho Man. And if you thought the Bret Hart-Austin match was bad, this one was 92% to 8.
Well, he is the Macho Man, and he's the cream of the crop. Then we had the $1 Million Man versus Lord Steven Regal. $1 Million Man, easy victory. So, a little background on this. The $1 Million Man was actually Stone Cold's manager at one point in time.
He was when Stone Cold was... I knew you were going to say this, and document's going to throw this right in our face.
Yeah, well, it is whatever.
It was when you came in after he was stunning Steve Austin in WCW. He was... whatever. I knew it. Because I'm watching Mickey. He had to go outside during the podcast.
You're okay. But, so, are we going to see maybe a team up against the Macho Man?
Well, then you know who's going to come, brother. Dun, 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 dun. Remember that you have to comment on the picture this time. I've tried everything. I made a list and I voted myself. I made other people pretend to vote. And it just did not happen to get the votes. Like, I've seen voting things like that on other people's...
I think it's a poll.
Yeah, I tried that.
Okay, well, I don't know, man.
It just didn't work. I don't know if it's something you have to pay for, and we're already paying for way too much stuff.
And we're not making any money on this.
We're not making any money. We're jumping right into announcing the winner of the Asylum Pro Wrestling tickets for this Saturday in Clearfield. Caskets in Clearfield. Paul, who is it?
It was stiff competition. Kayla Yorns?
Kayla Yorn!
With Zane. Zane's video was awesome. I really loved watching it. But Kayla, I'm not saying that you only won because you were the only video, but you were the only video.
Guys, this one depresses me more than the last one. Everybody liked, shared, commented on the last one. Why didn't anybody do this one?
Hey, sometimes people don't like to put their stuff out there.
Okay, well,
not everybody are entertainers like us, Mark.
Well, then, we have until, I'm sure Crazy Shay, I'm probably going to get nailed for this, but I'm going to say it anyway. I'm sure Crazy Shay will give us tickets for the January event, okay? I will bank on it. If not, I'll buy 2 general admission tickets myself and do the same damn thing. What do you guys want as a contest? I really want some feedback on this. I really do.
You can let us know on Facebook at CanCrusher69. You can let us know on Gmail, CanCrusher69@gmail.com. You can let us know on Instagram, CanCrusher69. Or you could tweet our Twitter.
Somebody will get it
CanCrusher69.
In the Twitter atmosphere.
Now we don't have to go through that at the end, so that's good. We got that.
So we've already skipped that.
Rattled through. Mark, you gonna talk about Rise?
I am. Once I get it out of my pocket, the dog going outside right now, kind of.
You are just in a tizzy.
All right.
Oh, we changed one thing, and all of a sudden we can't do anything. Our brain shuts down.
It's like I'm working with a.
It sounds familiar,
right? So there's 2 episodes of Rise this week. They kind of got caught with their pants down because they usually have them spaced right. The way they had 16 and 17 was going to happen after this weekend's pay-per-view. So they threw out 16 on Tuesday and then instantly threw out 17 because notification, I'm like, why is there another Rise coming out? But then after watching it, I know why you're doing this.
It's the setup, bud.
It is the setup. So we'll run through 16 and 17 real quick. Backstage, Leva Bates, Paul. This is somebody that you are going to love once you finally get the app.
More than I already love Jenna Von Muscles.
Yes, Leva Bates is a cosplay wrestler.
Okay, yep, she wins so far.
She comes out. She's been The Undertaker. She's been Zack Ryder. She's been Deadpool. She's been Harley Quinn in Wrestle Circus when it was going on down in Texas. She's bringing that whole thing to Rise as well. She came out as Rosemary, and she fought Dust.
There it is.
With Rosemary in the corner. That's the main event of this one. So that was just that. First match was Kiera Hogan against Ava Story.
Kiera Hogan, any relation to Hulk?
None.
Well, we got that out of the way.
No, Kiera is fiery. I'll just put it that way. Story's newcomer from Buffalo. She's very confident in herself. She controlled most of the match, but Kiera also already fights on TNA. You've seen her around. You know, they were building Story up as they made a big to-do about her in being in Rise this week. But Story hits her. Hogan hits her with neck breaker 1, 2, 3. Story reminds me a lot of the Iconics. Is where I'll let you know that. Backstage, Mercedes Martinez calls out Tessa, setting up for this weekend's 60-minute Iron Woman match. Next up is Avery Taylor, and she's the lady of Rock and Rumble. Figure that out, okay? Against your girl, Jenna Van Muscles.
Jenna Van Muscles!
Paul looked like Paul Van Muscles today. It's 20 degrees and you had a cutoff on.
Hey, man, when you're moving and working, it gets hot.
Shucking and jiving.
Shucking and jiving.
Driving. Quick work for Van Muscles, but Big Swole came out to make the save as she was beating on Avery at the end of the match. Doomy's backstage and says she's going to keep an eye on Dust during the Leva Bates match. So everybody's like, okay, because Doomy and Shotzi are set up for the tag team titles. Leva Bates and Dust go at it. She's amazing. She really is. This is probably one of the best matches I've seen on Rise in a long time. But the number game gets too much for Bates. Rosemary gets in the ring. Thing is, Leva and Doomy actually fight in Shimmer as tag team champions. Doomy didn't come out. She literally let her partner get beat down. It ended with Shotzi coming out with a chair, cleaning the ring.
Ooh, wonder what happened to Doomy.
We don't know. But on episode 16, it starts...
17.
On 17. Yeah, numbers are hard for me today. It starts with Rosemary actually questioning, Doomy. Doomy wasn't there just saying, where were you? Why didn't you save your partner? Where were you? Why did Shotzi have to make that call? And many episodes ago, the Paradise Lost invited Doomy to be part of Paradise Lost. So,
Ooh.
Jenna Van Muscles takes on Ariana Monroe. Big Swole had control of most of the match, but one power bomb later, bada bing, bada boom, Van Muscles gets the win. I just, it's a nice shtick for now, but she needs a little bit more. Power isn't going to carry you the whole way.
Oh, power carries you the whole way, trust me.
Okay.
Okay.
Doomy and Shotzi are backstage, and Shotzi outright says, where the hell were you last week? And Doomy says, I was talking to the officials about my upcoming matches, scheduling matches. When the hell? Why do you schedule them during the show? You usually don't. Something's up with Doomy. So, but she'll be there this week. Okay. Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, against the girl on fire, Kiera Hogan.
That girl was on fire.
Great match. Both of them hit their signature moves. This match could be on TNA right now. Britt, from a couple years ago when we've seen her to now, has made huge strides. And Britt, kind of new finisher. Kind of like a go to sleep, but from a stunner type of deal thing. She stuns it, hits the knee off the head. I don't know. They're calling it the jaw jacker, apparently.
Well, I mean, she is Britt Baker, DMD. DMD. MDMD.
Yeah,
she's a dentist.
Yeah.
For us that don't know abbreviations.
I
Numbers, abbreviations. We're just going to kill this episode.
I don't. And spoiler alert, November 10th, we will have an interview with Britt live from Elizabeth. So
spoiler alert!
Britt will be on the show when we go to the IWC event.
Oh man, we're getting famous people on the show?
Bro, there's a storm coming. Like, it might snow soon.
It's Can Crusher.
It's going to snow.
Oh, it's going to snow.
Yeah, it's going to snow.
Can Crusher Pandemonium.
It is. It really is. Main event of 17 was Dust against Rosemary. And Dust against Shotzi. Holy hell. Shotzi gets the win with the Texas Cloverleaf. And Doomy does come out once they start beating her down. But as it ends, Doomy is looking back at Dust. Kind of like, not like I got you, but kind of like I got your back. I see a turn from Doomy. I really do Saturday.
It'll be Doomsday Saturday.
It will be Doomsday Saturday.
But Saturday is actually Rise 10 Insanity.
The big matches that I have, Tessa against Mercedes Martinez in the 60-woman Iron Man match. Not the
60-minute Iron Woman match.
60-woman match.
Take a drink. Collect yourself. Paradise Lost versus Doomy and Shotzi. There's another one for the tag team titles, Rise titles.
Yep.
Tag team titles, Rising.
Bunch of other names on the card. I was talking with Kevin a little bit on Facebook, and they're going to throw in a lot of other matches. It's just depending on schedules. They had some people have to drop out, this, that, and the other thing, but so I don't want to announce anything else. But those ones are definitely set up. Mae Young Me and the professor had a nice little chat about that since you are 16 episodes behind. So we're going to throw that in, go to break, come back, talk Raw and SmackDown.
Okay, wait till we get to Raw, bud.
Yeah, wonderful. And welcome back to Can Crushers, the English professor, John Padlano. John, it's been more than a month since you've been on the show. Where the hell have you been?
I don't know. I can't believe it's been that long. I love this show. Listen, I love this, your program. You and Paul do a great job, and I've been pestering you and calling you because I wanted to get back on there. I just shamelessly invited myself back on. So thanks for having me, man.
Well, for the Mae Young Classic, it's a definite that you need to be on here. We've been to Rise before. I just got done talking about this week's segment on Rise, and nobody else that knows Mae Young better than you. The Mae Young.
The Mae Young. Yeah, we were tight, she and I.
Yeah. So before we get into the matches that took place on round 2, second part of round 2, whatever you want to call it, you got a lot to talk about the whole Mae Young. You sat down this weekend and balls to the wall. I just
watched the whole thing. Yeah. I had not watched a match. So in one sitting, I watched it all from match 1 all the way through the end of round 2.
What do you got?
All right, I'm going to start off here with some of the things that bugged me. First of all, I love this tournament. I can't say enough about it, but I just want to say a couple of things that bugged me. Quit crying, ladies. You're grown women. You're not girls. Quit crying. Case in point, the Brazilian woman, Tainara Conti.
Yes.
You have this great promo. You say something to the effect of, is there any doubt that I'm going to win this tournament? Or do you really think there's anybody in this tournament that can beat me? And I'm like, yeah, she's got some sass. She's been hanging out with Adam Cole a time or two on NXT.
I was just going to say that.
She's a little heelish, and I like it. She wins. What does she do?
She cries.
She cries. What are you crying for? You just said you were going to beat everybody. You win your match, and now you cry. Same thing with Katie Catanzaro, Deonna Purrazzo. You're crying. Why? And it's patronizing to me that Adam Cole, or not, Michael Cole, sorry.
God, yeah, don't confuse those two.
Sorry. I just had Adam Cole in the brain. Michael Cole is like, oh, you could see the emotion and what this means to them. And just quit it. Quit the crying. Go out there, do your thing, fight, entertain the fans, and act like you expected to win.
Okay,
so that's my beef.
That's one strike. Any others?
The other thing was...
See, I knew there always will be. I knew with you there always is.
There's one other thing, and it's the intro. When I turned on the very first episode, they show like all the women in different scenarios, situations. Everyone's got their own personality and character, and it's great. But like that opening image is, it's like a silhouette of a woman in some provocative position. And I just don't get why. Like, I know what to Google if I want to go see that sort of stuff.
Right.
I'm tuning into a wrestling tournament.
They're pushing the 2018 Women's Revolution. You know, it started and, you know, not getting all, you know, political or anything, but women have the same rights, yada, yada, yada. Stop with the silhouettes. I completely agree with you.
I get it.
Put Kairi Sane on there from last year. Have her.
Right, thank you. And I get like sex sells, but believe me, I didn't tune in for that. I tuned in to watch a wrestling tournament. And I don't need to see whatever the heck that was supposed to be, that shadow, that silhouette of a woman in a provocative position. Anyway, thanks for letting me get that off my chest.
I'll tell you, I really like the song. Their intro music is by Hailstorm. I just found this out after weeks. It's just bugged the living bejesus out of me. And I just heard Lizzie Hale's voice. Finally, it popped up to me. But I love the song. You know, throw out that it's Hailstorm or anything, but just the song, it gets me pumped up every week for it. So,
yeah. It's a cool intro. It was just that one part of it that I just didn't see the point of it.
So, like you just said, you have finally caught up to me. The only one on Can Crushers religiously watching it, but now you'll stay up to par now. Favorites. You know, we're not going to talk about round 2 yet, but favorites that you liked prior to watching the whole thing.
Well, first of all, I love the fact that I think, you know, you and I maybe have a bit of a connection to this tournament because we go and we watch a lot of the independents, and that's where a lot of these, we've seen some of these women, right? We've seen a good number of them.
We
and
have.
So we feel that connection to when we see them on TV, which is really cool.
Yeah, I was pulling for Zaya Brookside from the get. Once they announced her name, did I think? I don't know. But I was just pulling for her just to make it one more step than she did. That was my overall pick. Overall.
Yeah. We saw her when she was 18 years old, which was earlier this year, I think.
Yes.
With Rise. Yeah. And she's so teeny tiny that when she went to go to her table, she had to walk past us. And instead of climbing over the barricade, she fit between the bars.
Right.
Do you remember that?
My 12-year-old son cannot, but she could.
She fit between the bars. She is just the sweetest thing. And by the way, her I know she was one and done in the tournament, but she took a beating, man. I think she fought Io Shirai in round 1.
She did.
And she sold that beating, and I genuinely felt bad for her. She did a great job taking a beating.
A good note for Brookside is she got kind of signed, or she's going to be working with NXT UK now for a while. So that's a step. That's a step for her.
Yeah.
So go ahead.
But I'm sorry, you asked me about my favorites, and there's really no, not necessarily too much of a thought process behind my favorites. But the women that I really liked in this tournament were Diana Purazzo. Another one I liked was Casey Catanzaro. And from Brooklyn, representing Afrolicious MJ Jenkins.
You kind of
But
had
I just chose those for no reason.
No reason at all. None. Not at all. After Zaya, I wanted to pull for Mercedes Martinez, of course.
Right.
So,
Family.
Keep it in the family. By the way,
right.
You had a little Lord Alfred Hayes in your voice a little bit ago. You really did.
Oh, I was trying to be Italian, and apparently I sounded British.
Yeah.
All right.
Whatever.
We saw Karen Q, right? Was she Ray Lynn's partner? They fight over who sent. Yeah, that was cool seeing her.
The bones
against
of contention.
Xia Li.
Yeah.
Yep. Rachel Evers displayed some of that Road Warrior impermeability. She wouldn't go down, and I can't remember. She took like a suplex or a German maybe, and got right back up. And so the Road Warrior force is within her too.
The Queen of Strong Smile, they call her.
That's right. Yes.
Like we did see Mercedes. We did see. I know there was like 2 more that we did see. But I love this tournament, like you said. It's unbelievable.
It really is. And I feel, again, sort of to go back to my earlier point, I think sometimes WWE likes to think they're on the cusp of something or they're revolutionizing things. I don't know that I agree with that because, we've seen these women elsewhere. We've seen how good they are. And it's great that they're getting a stage where they can really showcase their talents to a larger number of people. But they're working twice as hard as some of the talent on the 2 main rosters. They're 10 times better for just a few minutes. I mean, honestly, I hate to make the comparisons, and maybe it's unfair, but if you're going to ask me, would I want to see Brock and Roman again, or would I want to see Io Shirai beat the crap out of Zaya Brookside again? Zaya Brookside didn't have much offense other than she jumped the gun at the beginning and tried to get a head start, but it was better storytelling, it was better athleticism, it was just a better overall match.
I can't push that more and more and more. I can push it more and more is what I meant to say. I misspoke. But it's just unbelievable. I get excited to watch Rise every week. Every week, their half-an-hour episode, I love. There's times I dread watching Raw and SmackDown.
Yeah. And put it out there again. Remind everybody how we can get Rise for $5 a month.
I should be working for them. It's riseascend.com for $4.99. They also have an app. All you have to do is sign up on the computer. You can get the app. It's $4.99 a month. You got all the archived stuff. You get the weekly episodes, and it's wonderful. It's wonderful.
I am definitely going to check that out because I've enjoyed the women's wrestling.
Yeah. More?
One other thing that Around the World DDT from Casey Cannizzaro was one of the most amazing things I've ever seen.
Yeah, I really liked it. I thought she did it better than Ray. I'm going to probably get some flack on that, but hers look a little more fluent than Ray. I really liked it.
It did. It looked a little more fluid, and I think she went around the world, and I think she hit New Jersey twice because that's her home state.
Oh, so she started at like Tom's River and then ended up in Newark.
Exactly, yes.
Perfect.
All the way around the world and then back to Newark.
Wow. And it's amazing that those are the only two places I know in New Jersey. Oh, you could say Trenton, too. Never mind.
Yeah.
All right, let's move ahead to round 2, part 2. And how do you want to go to the matches? Right in order, or do you want to, jump around?
Just go right down the list. Let's make it easy.
Okay. Ziosis took on Ero in the opening match. And
Go ahead.
And I was rooting for Ziosis because Ero beat Zaya Brookside. I don't care. She did.
Yeah. Io Shirai is just, she's something else, man. She's brutal.
She really is. You know that she's going to go someplace. Spoiler, she's been signed with the WWE Performance Center for about a year now. So I don't know where it leads from this, but something is going to happen with this woman after this Mae Young Classic.
Yeah. And is she the one, again, I binge watched this and it's all kind of mushed together. Did she wrestle for WCW when she was 16 years old? Is that?
No, that was Matsumoto.
Okay. I'm sorry. Okay.
Yeah.
Nevertheless, they're both pretty awesome.
Yeah. Ero wins with a moonsault off the top rope, and her moonsaults are unbelievable. I mean, I rooted against her, but I can't not root for her because she's that good.
Yeah, I agree. And I think she's something different than what we've seen maybe in recent years. She's a bit of a throwback wrestler, and I like that sort of thing. I like her a lot.
Next match is your girl, Deonna.
Yeah.
Against Xia Li. And I have a few notes because this match was just full of reversals. It was very technical, and Deonna was too much for Xia Li. I know you'll gush more about Deonna in this, but this was probably one of the better matches for the whole tournament thus far, in my book.
Absolutely. I think both of Deonna's matches were very, very good. This one in particular I thought was great. One thing that I think Deonna has going for her is she really gets the psychology. And she conveys that to the crowd. And it's so important. Wrestling sometimes can be a little big. There's some overacting that goes on. She's really low key. And but she still gets her point across. Like if it's a 2 count, she got the pin, it's a 2. It's just a quick look at the ref. She gets the 2 sign from the ref, and you just see the thinking, the process. Okay, I got a 2. I got to do something else to get this win. She genuinely makes me forget that I'm watching something that's predetermined or entertainment or whatever you want to call it. She makes me think I'm watching a fight. And when she escapes from that head scissor and does a little wink or does that little bow, that is just all such good stuff. I really enjoy watching her wrestle.
You have been a fan of Deonna since we saw her in Meadville, Pennsylvania against Britt Baker. Like it was, we love Britt, don't get us wrong. But that match, you converted that night to Deonna. You were pulling for Deonna that night over the IWC Women's Champion.
I was. And, I said earlier I liked her and there was no particular reason behind it. If you haven't figured it out, Perazzo is an Italian name, and we had that in common. And I lived in New Jersey for a little while as a kid, so we had that in common. I talked to her for a couple of minutes. I'm like, all right, I'm going to get behind her for no other reason than heritage and geography. Since then, I've watched her matches, and she is really, really good. Again, the work, the athleticism, the psychology behind it. There's nothing wrong with her at all. I think she's going to be a star. I really do.
Yeah, and she as well has signed with the WWE Performance Center as well. So big things from her in the future with the WWE. Next matchup was Tegan Knox against Nicole Matthews. And this match was kind of already figured out in my book because Matthews has been since suspended or banned from the United States for 5 years because she didn't have work visa.
Yeah, that sucks, man. That's too bad.
So, but Tegan Knox, she's got that shining wizard, and she's got the shiniest wizard, as they say. She's good. She was one of my picks as well.
She's not just a shiny wizard. She's the shiniest.
Right.
Give her due.
Right. So that's better than the Grand Wizard?
Yeah, she's the shiniest.
Oh,
yeah.
All right.
The Grand Wizard was grand. She's the shiniest.
Okay. Anything to say about that? Because we just buried that.
I like her a lot, man. What else can I say? It was another good match. She's another one that I think she's got a really good look, and I think we'll probably see more of her.
And final match of the night is the returning Caitlyn trying to do the redemption story against Mia Yim. Mia Yim, she was on Impact for a while, part of the Dollhouse, and Yim is actually nursing my quotes for the week, kind of a broken hand as she hit the post in round number 1. Yim, this was a hard-hitting match. I didn't expect a lot from Caitlyn coming back, and, Paul will tell me otherwise because he follows her on every social media out there. But I didn't know where Caitlyn was going to go. Wasn't a huge fan in the first go-round. I like her, though. She's tough.
Yeah, I had never seen her before. I guess, was she where? She was in WWE in like 2013, 2014.
Yeah, it was your time off a little bit.
Yeah. I don't, this is the first I've seen of her. Yeah, she is tough. And I liked, Mia Yim went to do a chop, right?
Yeah.
In the first round and chop the post. That's another thing is when they have these alternates, I often wonder if these injuries are works just to because they saw what they needed to see and they maybe try to get somebody else in there that they weren't going to get a chance to see. But nevertheless, I sometimes generally don't know like if these injuries are for real or not. But that chop to the post, like for a second, I was like, oh wow, did she really break a finger or something? At least, you know what I mean?
Right.
And it's just it's top to bottom. It's all been that good where I'm watching and I kind of lose myself in this tournament. I forget what I'm watching.
If you followed the podcast, you realize I have a new favorite every week. Just trying to keep up with the Joneses because somebody who I really like loses to somebody who I was a fan of, but they did something in the next round match that I was like, my God, why didn't I pull for her from the get-go? So I kind of go back and watch. And the one that just keeps blowing my mind is Toni Storm, John. Toni Storm is absolutely amazing.
Yeah, I like Toni Storm a lot. Have we seen her somewhere else?
We have not.
We have not. Okay.
Yeah. She's only in the UK. She's just coming over now.
Okay. I don't know why I feel like I know that name or I've seen that name before, but I thought maybe we saw her somewhere else.
No.
All right. My bad.
That's okay. So let's spill real quick. We got a couple more minutes before we'll wrap it up here tonight with you. This Saturday, we're going to plug where we're going this Saturday. It is Asylum Pro Wrestling in Clearfield, Pennsylvania, bringing the boys, so we're excited about that. What do you got to say?
Caskets in Clearfield. I can't wait for that, man.
Right.
I've never seen – well, I take that back. We saw a live casket match years ago, but it was a filler. I don't know if it was Undertaker and The Rock. It was after Raw went off the air.
Oh, one of those dark matches.
You're promised a main event that nobody else is going to see. 25 seconds, boom, Rock's in the casket. I'm expecting more from what we're going to see in Clearfield.
Yeah. Another fun night set for us in Clearfield. Hopefully you'll be able to do the recap show with me on Sunday.
I don't see why not.
We'll have to work something out. So, all right. We'll wrap it up there. One more thing. What do you got to say? Anything. Spill. Besides anything about the Jets.
No, the Jets are awesome right now. We've won 2 in a row. No, I liked. I wanted to give a shout out to Isla Dawn for the same reason I want to give a shout out to Zaya Brookside. Isla Dawn sold that beating to Nicole Matthews in the first round. Again, I felt bad for her, and it is another one of those situations where I feel like I'm watching a real fight. I liked Karen Q versus Zaya Lee. You had a Chinese American versus a woman from China, and I started to maybe kind of imagine myself in that situation. I saw myself teaming up with like the Brooklyn Brawler against maybe Bruno Sammartino and Dominic DiNucci or something, like the Italians versus the New York Italians.
Oh, I was going to say, how did you imagine yourself as a Chinese woman?
No. The American-born versus the person from the native. Yeah. But I thought that was really cool, and I just thought that was a fun match. I liked what they did, just top to bottom, and I can't wait for the next round of this tournament. Every time I try to go online to see what's going on, I force myself not to peek because I just don't want to know.
Right, I have not peeked. I've peeked at other things like what's going on with this Crown Jewel pay-per-view and everything else. But if there's any name of Mae Young attached to the website, I'm not checking it out. They could say, Mark, you win $1 million,
and you wouldn't know because you're not checking it out.
I'm not checking it out because the Mae Young Classic is way too important to me.
Yep. Oh, and I like the ref. The one woman ref with the long hair. She's got her pants hiked up high. She's got her belt on tight. She looks badass. I don't watch a lot of UFC, but she reminds me of the UFC ref, like that humongous dude with the dreads.
You're next.
Like, he says, break. The guys, they break. They don't play because that guy's a big dude. This ref is like, hey, break, and they're gonna break because she's bigger than some of the wrestlers. So I like that element. I like that ref. She's no nonsense.
On that note, we'll leave with talking about the ref, but who's your favorite ref right now?
Anywhere?
Anywhere.
Oh, my God. I hadn't given it that much thought. I guess since I just mentioned the ref from this tournament, I'll go with her.
Well, mine's still CJ Sensation.
Oh, shit. I forgot about him. So we were going anywhere, literally anywhere. Okay.
Well, no.
I'm sticking with my selection.
Good. All right, on that note, we're going to wrap up this interview. John, thanks for coming on Can Crushers again, and I'll see you Saturday.
All right, I can't wait, bro. See you then.
Titans, go!
When the Teen Titans go to the movies, they know the best way to travel is safely.
Hollywood, here we come! Road trip! And you know it's super.
To keep your child safe, be sure to use the right car seat for their age and size.
Exactly.
We're finally on the big screen.
Have a seat, my dude.
For more information on finding the right seat, visit nhtsa.gov/the right seat.
Gotcha. That's a wise move.
Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Red Bank Valley 36, St. Mary's Junior Varsity 24. This is why I have nothing to talk about on Raw. I watched a little bit of YouTube stuff. I don't have Hulu yet, so that's coming next paycheck. So I don't get to watch old episodes of Raw until after we do Can Crushers. This is going to be all you, bud. I'm sorry, I'll throw in my 2 cents where I got it.
So what time did you get home?
I got home at about 11:30.
Yeah, great for a JV football game. Not slamming it.
On a Monday night.
But
that's kind of late for kids to get home.
That is late. That's a later one than you had. So I got the rundown for him at least. And the Dogs of War start the show. Zig says they're the greatest 3-man team in WWE history.
Zig is right. They probably could be the greatest 3-man, but they don't have the push. They don't have it behind it. They really could be the greatest 3-man tag team in history, but it's not the push.
After a bit of bickering back and forth between Drew and Dolph about being in the cup and who's going to win the cup, Braun says, listen, it's really about me destroying Roman and Brock. You guys are just here right now. If you get in my way, you guys are going to get these hands. Out comes the Shield. Rollins says Dean will be there because he's not running on Ambrose time. He's not there yet. So they're just standing at the stage just chit-chatting. Roman says he's going to defeat Braun and Brock at Crown Jewel, and they'll be back in line, and the Shield will be the greatest ever 3-man power trip, whatever you want to call them. So that sets up for Rollins against Drew for a qualifying match right off the bat. And let me tell you, I actually got excited about this match.
Oh, yeah?
I was. It was
like we haven't seen it before?
I know, but there was something different about this one. Maybe because it meant something. Both of them are champs, but you throw those titles out the window. But something different was about this match because they were clicking tonight. They really were. Overall, Dolph slides in the match real quick, kind of causes some chaos. And Dean then does come down, causes his own chaos. Drew gets a little turned about, and Rollins gets the victory. And so Rollins is in the cup. We will talk about the whole cup controversy a little bit at the end of Raw. I really want to bring that up. Shields backstage, bantering back and forth, and Dean gets a bit annoyed as they're all poking fun. Hey, lunatic, you're back. And he gets pissed. He's like, hey, why am I the lunatic? Because I'm always joking around. I'm always doing this. I'm always doing that. And then he's like, hey, I got my own stuff to worry about tonight. I have a qualifying match too. Peace out. And Rollins and Roman just kind of look and say, what the hell is wrong with him? They recapped last week's DX reunion. Well, the Brothers of Destruction answered. They focused on HBK being the weak link, not being in the ring for 8 years. The promo was good. It really was good. It was an old school, boiler room type of promo, and these guys know how to cut it. They really do. And this is what, if you want to keep The Undertaker and Kane in relevant, teach the younger kids how to be good on the mic.
Right.
Every one of them. There's some that can talk, but they can't get their point across like they do. Right?
Well, that's you're correct, and this is going to come up later because of the whole on the mic skill stuff. So we'll keep going.
Okay. Big announcement, and as you saw if you're following us on Facebook, they announced the Women's Battle Royal, and the winner gets a title shot. A lot of the women are mad about just being thrown into this Battle Royal. If you read the link that I posted on Facebook, they've actually tweeted about, great, 50 women. Well, 30 of them are going to be in a Battle Royal.
Right.
So, are they really getting their to-do?
It should be 20 women in a Battle Royal, because if it's 30, that's a Royal Rumble.
Right, but I said 30, but I'm just saying, nonetheless. But you have names, Asuka is in the Battle Royal. You're bearing her even more. Right. Naomi is in the Battle Royal. Ember Moon, Nia Jax. If you want to make a Battle Royal and you want to bring up, no disregard to all the NXT kids, awesome. Let them get their shot that way.
Right. But we want big names in the Battle Royal.
So far,
and big names in matches, not big names in Battle Royals.
Yeah. So that brings up to Ember and Nia versus Dana Brooke and the returning Tamina.
Oh, Tamina's back. We knew she was coming. We figured it would be at Evolution, though.
Yeah, that exactly. It's great seeing her back. Two big girls in the ring, working over. But Nia took control on Dana. Ember takes the blind tag, hits the Eclipse off the top rope. 1, 2, 3. But then Tamina drops everyone with a super kick. Boom. So she might be getting a push, but I don't know. I think having her come back at the pay-per-view would have brought more, I don't know, girth was the word I was thinking of, but clearly not the right word for her, and get ready, folks.
More excitement. Next is the mic skills I was talking
about.
Good, go. Bella's, wow. I'm not excited about it. Ronda Rousey comes out, asks the Bellas, she doesn't want to fight, she wants an explanation of why they turned their back on her. Or why she stabbed her in the back. Holy moly, these words are tough. The Bellas come out and they said, we don't owe you anything. We did all of this work to get where we are. And Ronda absolutely destroyed them on the mic.
This was pipe bombs both ways.
Yeah.
Both ways. It was almost true hate coming at each other. I know my favorite part of it. A ton of doors were knocked down, though, Paul.
Yeah.
I think 52.
I'm almost positive that your favorite part is probably my favorite part, where Ronda says, you pretty much slept with John Cena to get where you are.
Yeah, you knocked on the door to get the John Cena, and then he opened it up and threw your ass back out.
Right.
And I don't say she's not wrong.
Pipe bomb, pipe bomb, pipe bomb.
Yeah, and but Nikki was right saying that she has just been pushed into everything. Speaking of Rousey. Wow. It's one of those days. Probably the greatest work both of them have done in a long... definitely for Ronda.
Yeah.
But for the Bellas, it was awesome. It really was. This actually really got me pumped up for the match. But I think the match is going to be a letdown.
Oh, the match is definitely going to be a letdown.
So, backstage, you have Rude, Gable, and Angle, and Kurt's wearing a straw hat, Hawaiian shirt, just chilling. He looks glorious. Your boy comes strutting by.
Jose.
Jose.
No, wait. Jose.
And then Corbin says, hey, great, you made it into the cup, Kurt, but you need a warm-up match because you really haven't had a singles match in about 8 years. And he hasn't. Since his return, he's had match with the Shield, match with Ronda, match with somebody else.
But not a singles match.
Not a singles match. He's like, so go get ready. And Kurt's like, I don't have anything. I got my flip-flops, my Hawaiian shirt, and my straw hat. He's like, well, it's a handicap match, and it's against AOP.
Woof.
Woof. Bringing us next is Dean against Zig for a qualifying match. This match, as much as I was excited about the first one, you could have put a silhouette over, and the same thing happened. Drew comes out, Roman comes out, Rollins comes out. Imagine that, right? Big thing is that Drew wins. That's what you got. It really is. Drew wins. He is now... No, Dolph wins. Why did I say Drew?
I'm real confused right now. So this whole thing with Angle and them was supposed to happen next, but...
It didn't.
It didn't happen next.
No, it waited a minute.
Oh, okay. So Drew and Zig... Okay, got it. Zig ends up... There was a little controversy with Dean and Ziggler. Dean jumps off top rope, hits an elbow on McIntyre. Rollins is trying to pick him up to throw him back into the ring.
He elbows him.
He elbows Rollins, so there's a little bit of discontent there.
There is.
And then
it's been for weeks, though.
Right. And then Dean gets it back in the ring, super kick by Zig. Then it's 1, 2, 3.
Right.
And now we know what's going on.
Now we know what's going on. Corbin says, hey, wait. This has been going on way too long between you three. Speaking about the Shield, we'll give you one more match in the main event so you guys can fix your issues and you'll take on the Dogs of War in the main event tonight. So, again, Shield against Dogs of War main event. How about NXT UK starting on Wednesdays at 3 o'clock? Make sure you listen to the podcast and then watch NXT UK.
Yeah. I mean, that's a perfect Wednesday.
Right, for me.
Because you got NXT UK, and then later on you have
205,
NXT,
and Mae Young. Mae Young's coming to a close, though.
Yeah, but it's so far. We'll still have that on Wednesdays.
Yeah. Dolph screaming backstage about having Ambrose where they want him, and Braun just says, listen, you two screwed up. You guys caused all this again. If you mess up again, you're going to get these hands. Out comes Baylor with Bailey, and Jinder comes out with Foxy, and both Singh brothers are there. The other one, Shamil Singh.
Oh, he's back.
Yeah, he's back.
Welcome back, Shamil.
My issue with this is this match has been done way too many times.
Well, they're still plugging the Mixed Match Challenge.
Give them somebody else.
Right.
Give them anybody else. Just stop this same match. This is not a rivalry that anyone wants to see. Because Jinder just loses. It's not a rivalry if Jinder loses every match.
Every time Jinder loses. Speaking of matches we don't want to see, Tyler Breeze comes out against Bob Lashley.
Well, it all started at the end of the Baylor match. Actually, Bob just comes in and Leo Rush is saying he's Rocky Mountain Machine. And he's posing. He's kind of turned into the narcissist now. Luger. And he's just posing for a while, and yeah. And it was just a squash match. I probably would have lasted as long as Tyler Breeze did. There was nothing to be said about this match. And you want to turn Lashley bad? Fine.
Turn him bad. Let him talk and turn bad, though. Like, do something.
Leo has to go. He is not making the tournament. Trish and Lita come out, and they want to talk about Evolution. Guess who comes out? Alexa and Mickey. And they mock Trish and everybody. The only thing good that happened during this is they were in Philadelphia, by the way, if you didn't know. They were doing the Allen Iverson, the two older women have to practice. Practice.
Wait, we're talking about practice?
Right, that.
You mean we're not even talking about a game. We're talking about practice.
Practice.
Practice?
Corey Graves says that Allen Iverson is rolling in his grave.
Wow.
Allen Iverson's not dead.
Yeah, what?
He's 43-ish or something like that.
Right.
What? How about fact-checking a little bit? We have a fact-checker that does it afterwards.
And then we get yelled at, but it's all good. AI was my favorite basketball player for a long time, actually.
Really?
Which is information that you don't need to know, but...
You looking sharp in probably one of those...
AI jerseys and a headband? Oh, I do.
Bailey runs into the Riot Squad backstage. They poke fun at her, setting up for something to come in the future. All right, now the Conquistador's back in the middle of the ring.
So Angle does have his stuff.
He does have his stuff.
So it's the Conquistador versus AOP.
And the Conquistador just gets squashed.
Mollywopped.
And they rip the mask off, and they didn't even attempt to name the poor guy.
Corbin is yelling on the stage, "Where is Angle? Where's Angle?" And all of a sudden, Angle slam on up on the ring entrance.
So now we have a match set up, Nat against Ruby, and Ruby's bringing out the squad. Well, Nat says she's got friends too, and out comes the legit huggers. Sasha's back!
Oh!
Sasha's thrown right into the mix too, as this match just is a setup for Evolution. This is going to be a 6-man match, folks, at Evolution, because you need these 6 women on that card.
Oh, for sure.
You need it. So... Nat wins by DQ because all hell breaks loose when Logan jumps into the ring. And like I said, I was wondering how they were going to get them involved. Well, here you go. This is how they're involved.
I did like the backstabber into the
Bailey to
belly.
Yeah.
That's a nice little finisher.
That is nice.
Best friends.
That legit huggers. That's why I wore it today. No, I was just cold. That's why I wore my hoodie today. Elias is testing his stuff backstage, and he just mentioned Cena again. You're going to see a Cena-Elias match coming soon. You really are. He also pokes fun at Carson Wentz about really not being happy in Philadelphia. And I bet you, I don't know. I don't follow the Eagles. Makes fun of the Flyers and their horrible mascot, Gritty. And the fans just get ugly. They really do. Out comes Apollo Crews, kicks him around a little bit. So
the longest held overhead press I think I've ever seen.
No.
Oh, I think so.
More than the Ultimate Warrior ever has?
Yeah. It was really drawn out. I bet he broke a record with that.
We should look that up, document.
Get after it.
So the main event is the Dogs against the Shields, and like I said, I love the first couple matches, but this one, my issue continues to be the tag team titles and the IC title are irrelevant. So there's more cracks. Braun gets hit by the Claymore once by accident, and then
after Zig gets beat by Ambrose, he comes in, gives him the power slam, and next thing you know, it's not an accident. This Claymore is not an accident.
No, he drills him again, and the Dogs of War.
Dissension in the Dogs of War,
They're not done yet, though. They're not done yet. We got to carry this over. All right, next up is SmackDown 1000, and I like the clips that they showed throughout the whole thing. That was fun.
My problem with SmackDown 1000 is it was a 2-hour show.
And it was rushed.
It was rushed.
They wanted to get too many people on the show, doing too many things, and it was just rushed. Like the first segment. Great, you want to bring back the McMahons? Good.
And I love that you put them on Truth TV. I still want to see the Detroit Zoo segment, but it's on the back burner for right now.
All right. But this ended up being nothing. You know, they did a 9-second dance, and they're good to go. So the first match is AJ Styles and Daniel Bryan against the Usos. Did you see SmackDown?
I seen a little bit of SmackDown.
Okay, so it's all Mark all week.
AJ and Daniel looked good early in the match. The Usos, this would be a big win for them.
It is a big win. They won.
They did. Yeah, they did win because they got a pin over AJ Styles, who is the World Heavyweight Champion.
Yeah. So good for them. Backstage, I'm just mentioning everybody. Backstage, Paige is there with all the old GMs: Vicky, Teddy, Laurinaitis, and they're all making the matches tonight, Paul.
Everybody's making matches. Was Kurt Angle there?
Well, later. Later. Evolution's on their way out, and the gist of this is you have in your WrestleMania match set up for Triple H. It's going to be Batista against Triple H at WrestleMania. Mark it now.
Mark's words.
Right. That's it. That's what it's going to be. They said it was a joke thing, but nope, that's going to set up for the match.
It was a good dig.
It was a good dig.
You've beaten everybody, but you haven't beat me.
Right. The thing is, Batista's X-ray glasses looked ridiculous.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mark Martinez, Fashion Police.
Ridiculous.
Dun, dun, dun.
Next match is Rusev against The Miz for the Cup, and I couldn't think of this morning.
The World Cup match.
At all.
Qualifier match.
This match lasted 45 seconds. Aiden comes in, causes havoc. Rusev gets pinned.
Are you trying to get me in trouble?
Oh, shit.
So Miz says it's not Rusev Day, and Rusev's not in the World Cup. But this Aiden English Rusev thing, I like it.
I do too. I do like it. It gives them both something to do.
This is legitimately the only story they have going on SmackDown.
No, Charlotte.
Well, besides Charlotte and Becky and Daniel, Bryan, and AJ Styles.
That hasn't really even started yet, though.
It did a little bit in the Uso match.
Minute. Next up, you see Kurt Hawkins backstage with Edge, setting up for the cutting edge, what brings out Becky and Charlotte.
No, it brings out Becky. And Edge talks to Becky and says, listen, you shouldn't like who you are becoming. When you have all your titles on the wall later on down the road and you don't have any friends to talk to about the titles, it's not worth it. And
so
Becky's
he's Dr.
like,
Phil.
Well, yeah. And Becky's like, I love who I'm becoming.
That was a good Becky. That was a good Becky Lynch.
I love who I become.
And she also says, "Get out of my ring and don't hurt your neck when you get underneath those ropes."
Everybody was just throwing major bombs at each other.
Flair comes out and pretty much just attacks Becky, and they separate them.
They separate them, and then they get back. They pound each other again, and they separate them again. I like this, but we're on the verge of getting too much.
Yeah, we are. Slow it down. Don't let Becky fight a jobber and win, and just Flair stand there and not do anything. Play some mind games.
Up next, The Bar takes on
New Day, and it is Big E and Xavier Woods this time. Fresh off of the Can Crushers King of the Ringery King tournament, Jerry Lawler and Booker T were sitting outside.
And they had no idea that they were on camera.
They had no idea they were in Washington.
Right.
That was that bad. I was shocked this happened on SmackDown. I was shocked that The Bar won the Tag Team Championships on SmackDown.
With some help from The Big Show. So what do we got, The Big Bar now, or what is that?
Making his 1,000th heel turn, face turn, Big Show.
On SmackDown 1000.
Right.
That's awesome.
Right.
I mean, it's perfect. So what do you think they're going to call it? I bet they say The Bar got raised even higher now.
Oh, listen to the writer. Listen to the writer, Paul.
I wrote my own rap today.
Did you?
I did that.
That's good.
Yeah.
It was good. Cena rambling about how he began on SmackDown and how
that was John Cena,
and how he wished he was there.
Oh, he looked like JBL.
Still
with that hair.
Get a
Cut your
haircut,
hair, bud.
Get a haircut. And then you have the main event, which Ray Jr. returns.
Rey Mysterio Jr. Welcome back. 619 in the house. I was pumped for this
against Shinsuke in a cup match, and I don't know how they both get thrown into the cup. Shinsuke once again shouldn't be in the cup because he's the U.S. champ.
It's the World Cup. You're the greatest wrestler in the world. If you don't have somebody of Mexican descent or Japanese descent, how can you say that it's the best in the world?
That's not what I'm saying.
Right now you have John Cena, American. Seth Rollins, American.
Jeff Hardy.
Jeff Hardy, American.
Kurt Angle.
The real American hero, an Olympic gold medalist from America.
Yeah.
You have The Miz, reality TV show, American. You have, did I already say Seth Rollins? Yes,
Yep.
I said Dolph Ziggler, the Heartbreak American.
Okay.
Well, because he reminds me of Shawn Michaels. And I don't know who your other guy is. Oh, Randy Orton.
No, Orton's not in it.
Yeah, he is. He beat Big Show.
Oh, yeah.
American. So you have all these Americans and Rey Mysterio of Mexican descent.
So are we saying Ray's going to win this already?
Oh, you have to.
World. Yep. After this match, The Undertaker makes his presence known.
Can we just have Undertaker stop at the entrance? I do not need to see him take 10 minutes. It's like watching my grandma walk somewhere.
Aww.
Well, I don't have a grandma left, but
Aww.
it's like watching a grandma. Let's go to break.
Rest in peace.
Man, do I love card night. You ready, boys? You got a king?
Go, Fish Dad.
Oh, come on. This is WWE superstar Titus O'Neil. It only takes a moment to make a moment. Take time to be a dad today. Learn more at 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov.
Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
Oh, guess what, Mark? It's my favorite time of the show.
It is.
Garbage tip of the week after we go through our stuff.
Hey, big announcement. There's a storm coming.
There is a snowstorm coming.
There's a snowstorm coming.
Y'all bundle up and be ready for our snowstorm next week.
You can call me Al if you're my friend.
No, we're not going to go there. We're just saying there's a snowstorm coming.
Okay. Well, actually, the big announcement is this week is after we get done doing the King of the Ring tournament that we're doing, we're going to take like 2-3 weeks off.
I don't think we should take that much time off. When's Evolution?
The end of the month.
So then we're gonna have our winner the same day as Evolution's winners.
Holy hell, we're gonna be doing doubling up.
Yep, Mark's gonna be busy on Facebook because we're having a Queen of the Ring tournament.
We are. Details yet. We're deciding 16-24. We want to see how the voting actually comes after Thursday. If you guys do it right, or if you like the pictures better.
Yeah,
we're blaming you.
We'll see. Either way, here we go.
Asylum, again, don't forget, that is this Saturday. Kayla Yorns is the winner. She'll get a picture with us there, and congratulations. Zane's the one who we really want to see.
She'll get a picture with Mark there. Paul's got other obligations, as always.
You do, but it's a good obligation. Congratulations for doing this one. It's a steak dinner for the Reptile Club, and you guys make some money there for the local club, and I'm happy about that.
Yeah, we try. I mean, we go and we do benefits for everybody, but this one's for the clubs to keep doors open, basically.
This Sunday, give Paul a plug. If you want to play football, get to DuBois, Pennsylvania.
Oh, yeah, okay, so we changed the name. It's not the DuBois Area Mountain Lions anymore. It's the North Central Pennsylvania Mountain Lions. We're having a little trouble getting some sponsorship because people from surrounding areas are like,
Can Crusher Mountain Lions.
What? We should have went Can Crusher Mountain Lions. Says, I don't want to take my money and put it in DuBois. But when we're the DuBois Area Mountain Lions, we go all over the place to do camps for kids, midget football stuff. We do any kind of benefit type deal. But so we just changed it. We broadened our horizons, I guess we could say.
Nice. And hopefully we can actually do some stuff on the internet later on down the line. I will not be at the tryouts because I'm thinking I'm going to try out to do anything broadcasting wise.
No, you're just our broadcaster, bud.
All right. Sponsors, thanks to Padlano's Place 2.
The best pizza chop in Ridgeway, Pennsylvania. Give them the number now, Mark.
814-772-7576. That number is embedded into my head all the time.
And we would call this Swanson's Auto Body, but I got a page request yesterday from Mr. Swanson, and I can't remember the name.
Total Auto Body and Customs Podcast. Mr. Swanson's going to be starting his own podcast.
There it is.
Yeah, but he'll still fix stuff. Give him a call, 814-389-2294. His podcast, I guess, soon is going to be coming up.
Pro Printing and Office LLC in St. Mary's for all your printing needs. Contact Dave All. We still don't have the number because we wrote it down once and then threw it away.
Yeah, they weren't that bad.
We're getting good at this podcast stuff.
But if you like it, you can listen to it on iTunes, Stitcher, Overcast, TuneIn Radio, Alexa, Google Play, CastBox, Buzzsprout, and Spotify.
Also, check out our website at https://cancrusher69.wixsite.com/cancrusher.
So let the music play, Paul. Let it play. Garbage, 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 garbage.
Oh, man.
What?
Beer went down the wrong tube. All right, garbage tip of the week. Ugh, I held my breath so I didn't cough while we were trying to let the music play. Son of a gun. It's starting to get cold out.
It's starting to. I'm freezing.
It's cold out for some people, especially your windshields. Take some time, start your cars, let your car defrost. Make sure you can see things because us garbage men, even though we're wearing reflective colors, you cannot see reflective colors until we come through your windshield.
Yeah, you can't see through frost most of the time.
So let your windshields defrost. Make sure you're traveling safely. Holidays are coming up.
Give yourself extra time in the gist of things, too.
I can't say anything. I wake up with 5 minutes to get to work, and I get to work in 5 minutes, but my windshield's never frosty.
Oh, why not?
Because I park under the awning.
And you don't let T.
And because she can walk. She got a car starter.
Oh, well then, all right. Never mind, T. Start your own damn car.
Yeah, start your own damn car. Just remember, just because you are trash, it doesn't mean you can't do great things. It's called a garbage can, not a garbage cannot.
We will see you this weekend in Clearfield. Caskets in Clearfield, Asylum Pro Wrestling. And we will give you all the deets later on.
And if anybody wants any stickers, get at us. We got them for $1 a piece. We'll send them in the mail.
Yeah, Paul will pay for shipping.
Yeah.
Have a great weekend.